Welcome to Let's Talk Football with me, Chris.
And me, Richard.
The podcast bringing you the latest in football news. Every week we discuss all the big talking points from the world of football and preview all the action in the week to come.
In this week's podcast, the quarterfinals are upon us. We'll be previewing the 4 games to come this weekend, and we'll be looking back at some significant moments of the last 16.
Plenty of stuff to get on with this week. So, let's talk football. Hello, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome to another week of the podcast. Are we all well? I hope so.
Hope so. I'm feeling a little bit throaty, but yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah, we've had an eventful week of football, I think.
Yeah, it has.
At least.
Yeah.
Some
great football,
moments.
some shocking penalties.
Awful penalties, by the way. Oh, so bad. Both the penalty shootouts are probably the worst we've ever seen. Yeah. Did we peak? Did Euro 20 peak in terms of penalty qualities? And then all of a sudden everyone's just gone, no, we need to get rubbish again and build up again.
Yeah, well, I thought Croatia and Japan's was bad until Morocco and Spain stepped forwhad. Yeah. They have claimed the prize.
Well, here's the thing, though, Spain. I heard rumours going around that Spain had done like 1,000 hours of practice on the penalties.
1,000 hours of penalties. Yeah, I saw that.
What were they kicking at? Their goalkeepers must be so bad. How bad are Spanish goalkeepers at saving penalties if they've had 1,000 hours and that's what they produced?
Yeah, it was dreadful.
It was awful. Awful.
But hey,
right, so
well done, Morocco.
Well done, Morocco. Huge for Morocco. That was good. That I enjoyed that. I can't lie.
Yeah, it was a feel-good moment.
Yeah. So let's have a look then at the quarterfinals to come. So we've got Croatia and Brazil.
Yeah.
Is our first one on Friday. Croatia kind of that penalty shootout was so bad.
They squeaked past Japan.
I was going, it'd be really cool for like Japan to get into the quarters.
Yeah.
And I was there for that, but it wasn't to be. I mean, they had chances as well, Japan, in that game.
Yeah, they probably had the better of them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they'll be really disappointed, but the penalties were so bad.
But they were dreadful.
They were awful. Awful. I mean, we've said a lot about them, but it's just like, yeah, easy. Just kick them to them.
They weren't even in the corners.
No, they weren't. They were just there,
literally right to the goalkeeper. You might as well have just rolled it to him.
Yeah, thanks for that. But then, obviously, on the other side of that, Brazil, which I think, up until last night, I was saying, that's the best half performance I've seen of anybody in this tournament.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That first half, they were on another level.
South Korea were just so open.
Oh, they were so bad. I don't know what they were thinking.
No.
There was a naivety to it. I don't know what they thought. They think, if we get at this Brazil team, we can beat them.
Yeah. Let's man-mark the front three. Yeah.
Yeah, if we can get at them, that's all well and good. Get at them, but they're going to get at you if you get at them.
Yeah,
because you're going to leave gaps and spaces.
And they've got more
that's not a
quality
game
than
for that. Yeah, you need to be more organised. It's about organisation in those type of games.
Yeah.
Stifle the game, do that, and then you've got the pace of Son up front against 2 aging centre backs.
Yeah.
Use that. That's the game plan.
Just open the door, and Brazil walked through.
This tournament really didn't work for Son, did it? He didn't really have a moment.
No, he didn't.
Which I thought he might. He had that one chance, didn't he?
Yeah.
But come off the shoulder
we were
of
talking
Alisson.
about last week. It's all about the supply for Son.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, and I think a player like Son, actually, you can get him more involved. I was surprised at how far up the pitch he stayed.
Yeah.
I think, a player like him, he can do more than just finish. He's not like a Lewandowski.
Yeah, he can
or a
come
Ronaldo
deep to get the ball and run with it. Yeah.
Yeah, he can affect the game. Yeah. So I was really surprised at how they just left him so far forward.
Yeah, he just seemed to be stuck out on the wing, like literally on the touchline. Yeah.
Just get him involved in the game. Get him in the centre of the pitch. Get him on the ball.
Yeah, and let him make things happen. Yeah.
Yeah, give him an opportunity. I mean, the goal they scored was a good goal.
Yes.
Korea. But at that point, it was A, too late, and B, Brazil had already played them off the park. I mean, that second, was it the second goal? No, it wasn't Paqueta's goal, was it? It was the one where the centre backs were on the edge of the 18-yard box doing the play.
Yeah, I think that was
Thiago Silva. Richarlison's one, yeah. Just like you got your two centre backs, your two most forward players before Richarlison makes the run. By the way,
Yeah.
What? It's Brazil, isn't it? It's just Brazil.
Yeah. You can't give them that sort of. Well, you can't give them that helping hand.
Yeah.
Because they don't need it.
No, they really don't. They really don't. And I think, I think it might just be the end for Croatia's run, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
But one thing about Croatia is they will be more organised.
Yeah.
They will try and stifle Brazil.
It will be bitty. Yeah.
Yeah. But I just don't think Croatia have enough to damage them the other end of the pitch.
They don't have the tools to going forward. No, you can see, obviously, Petkovic. Don't think any of the strikers have really fired. Kramovic,
none of them's really shone.
Kramovic, I think, has scored, but I don't think he's...
Yeah. But no one's really set it alight for them, have they, in terms of getting them the goals that they need?
No, they miss Mandzukic and people like that, didn't they, at the top of the pitch? Yeah.
Absolutely. But it's knockout football, anything can happen.
Indeed.
But I think Brazil will probably just have a bit too much, because if it's not working with what they start with, I mean, there's so many players to come off the bench for them.
Come on.
Yeah.
On you come.
Your turn. Your turn. You can have a go now.
Yeah.
So I think we all expect Brazil to win that, but you never know in a World Cup, do you?
No.
You never know. Right, second quarterfinal then. This is a juicy one.
Yeah.
Well, there's one of two real proper quarterfinals, as you'd call them.
Yeah. This is a heavyweight clash of.
This is heavyweight of football history and all sorts. The Netherlands versus Argentina. The Netherlands obviously look comfortable in their last 16 game.
Yeah, it's much like we've been talking about with the USA. They didn't have someone at the top of the pitch who could do the business. And I've watched the Dutch goals again this afternoon, and all three goals, the man is standing on his own.
Yeah, that's it. There's no one following. It's just really clever. It was a Van Gaal type performance. Yeah. It was be organised. But then when we get away, and we decide we're going to go, we go quick. Yeah, and the ball moves quickly. And that's kind of how he approached it.
So poor defensively from the USA.
Oh yeah, they were left totally. But I think a lot of that was because I think what Van Gaal does, and he used to do this at United, is he'll make you think as an opposition you're in control of the game. Yeah. Right, and he'll go, right, no, let them think that they're in control of this, because that creates that disorganisation, because they think, oh, we haven't got a lot to worry about going the other way. Yeah. So when they do hit you, it comes so quick and fast, and you're not organised. Mm-hmm. You're not able to get yourself organised in time, and that's how he got them, really. Yeah. And it'll be interesting. He'll probably try the similar tactic with Argentina, because Argentina haven't been brilliant at the back.
No, they're going to miss Bentancur as well.
Yeah,
because he ain't gonna play.
Yeah, and Messi gave the best performance I've seen at the World Cup so far.
Yeah.
In their last 16 game, got his goal.
Again, they squeaked past Australia though.
They did.
They looked comfortable, but it only took a second, and the momentum would have been with the Australians going into extra time, and who knows what might have happened. Yeah. Yeah,
it was a tight game. Australia really, really put a good shift in and performed well above probably what they ever expected anyway. Them getting through to a last 16 is huge.
Yeah.
But no, I think Messi just looks like he wants this tournament, doesn't he?
He wants it. Yeah.
He's
dragging
not going to
his teammates with him. Yeah.
That's it. And I think it'll be interesting to see how he can get on against that, because that Netherlands side are going to be with their five at the back. Yeah. They're not going to give him a lot of
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's not going to be a lot of room for him to work in that centre part of the pitch.
No.
Which is where he really has been doing a lot of his damage.
Yeah.
Where he's picked the ball up on the edge of the box, in between the lines.
And he's either picking a pass out or having a shot. Yeah.
Yeah, those opportunities are going to be hard to come by for him, I think, against this Netherlands team. They're gonna pack that area of the pitch and go, you can go wide. That's what I think the game plan will be for the Netherlands. They'll want the ball wide and say, go on then, what can you do?
Yeah.
Because, they've got big, powerful centre-backs
who
can deal with the ball coming in the box.
Just haven't got the height. Yeah.
Exactly. They haven't got that type of forward, have they?
No.
So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I don't know how to call that one. I don't know how to call it.
I wouldn't like to. I think it might go all the way, that one.
It could do. It'll be a juicy, proper World Cup quarter-final, that one. we are getting into the end game now for sure. It's going to be a great game. I'm really looking forward to that one.
It's going to be good Friday night, definitely.
So Saturday then, we start Saturday.
Morocco
with
and Portugal.
Morocco, Portugal, absolutely.
What a performance!
Morocco,
as we've mentioned.
Morocco, oh, brilliant. They were fantastic. Amrabat, I've never seen a defensive midfield performance like it. I don't think.
No.
He was everywhere.
Yeah.
Breaking up everything. It was really, really good. Yeah, go on.
Did you think Spain overplayed at times?
I think that's where they have to play, especially when they haven't got Morata on the pitch.
Yeah. I just felt that they could have. They seemed to just pass, where there's the opportunity opens up for a shot and they didn't take it.
Yeah, I think there's partly that. I think, obviously they started with Asensio, didn't they, over Morata?
Yeah.
And I think that's half the problem, because they want to get the ball into a certain area before they do that. And Spain have always been the same. This is the same type of Spanish player we've seen for the last, 15 years. And it's been, well, maybe going back further than that, really, but it's been very successful for them.
Yeah.
But I think they're lacking that goal in them.
Yeah.
Morata gives them that, but they didn't go with Morata. They went with Asensio.
And
I think if Morata plays more of that game,
miss as well.
He is very hit and miss, but I think he's a goal. He will get a goal if you put him in the right area.
Yeah,
and he'll have a go. But they brought him on after 70, 60 after an hour.
Yeah,
and I thought they would look more likely after that. To be honest, once he was on the pitch.
Yeah, it was a bit more frantic at the back for Morocco once he came on. Yeah,
But Morocco had so many opportunities to kill that game, but they were just running out of legs by the end of it. You think about the couple of breaks away that they had at the end of the 90 minutes, and then again in extra time, where I can't remember who it was who got through a couple of times, but they were just completely out of their feet. I think it was Khedira or someone like that, who had a couple of chances where he just got one-on-one with the keeper, and he just. Either the lack of composure in that moment, or the legs. He didn't come on till quite late. Actually, Khedira, he didn't come on till like the 82nd minute, so he had the legs. It was more the composure thing, really.
It was a fascinating watch.
It was.
Because
the break was on.
Spain to score.
Kind of get them over the line, didn't they?
Yeah.
And again, penalties. Oh my word!
Dear. Yeah.
Spain, they were so bad.
To think they brought two of those players on to take a penalty.
Yeah, well, the same happened to England in the Euros, unfortunately. Yeah. But you know what I mean? Again, they were just bad. They were straight at the goalkeeper down the middle.
In fairness, the guy who hit the post was unlucky.
Yeah,
but then because he'd hit the post in extra time as well. He hit the other post.
Yeah, no, they're so bad. And then Hakimi rocks up and just goes dink. Thank you.
Yeah, what composure.
The cheeky little Panenka.
Yeah.
I mean, you can look like an idiot though, can't you, if that goes wrong?
You can.
But it went in. Morocco have made the quarterfinals. First North African side to make a quarterfinal in a World Cup. Yeah. So they'll be delighted, and they have a date with Portugal.
Yeah.
Who I think had the best performance of the 16.
Yeah. Just took Switzerland apart.
And obviously the big controversy there was again Ronaldo sitting on the bench and not on the pitch.
Yeah.
Did you see all the photographers lined up at the bench at the start of the game? Yeah. Like, guys, you're not. I mean, between you, he doesn't need all of you there. Do you know what I mean? But it was a strange situation, really. I can't. The comment he made coming off the pitch, trying to claim. I mean, apparently the translation was, "You couldn't wait to take me off, could you?" or something like that. Which he tried to say he was saying to an opposition. Okay, mate.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, so he got dropped.
Ramos. Yeah, Ramos was amazingly good.
What a footballer! What a footballer! I was saying to a mate actually last night. I was going, he'll be linked with Man United at some point in the next 3 days.
Well, you need a striker.
100%. 100% he's going to get linked with United next year. Apparently he's been linked with another Premier League club.
I think it was Newcastle.
Yeah, it might have been before the competition or whatever. No, I think there was someone else. I think there was like an Everton or someone like that. were getting linked with him. So, well, they're not going to get linked with him anymore because his stock's just gone up.
Yeah. And now the question is, for the quarterfinal, does Ramos play?
Does Ronaldo come back
or
in?
does
Yeah,
Ronaldo come back in?
Yeah,
Has this one game thing, is it just
the thing is
the manager trying to make a point?
There's no argument that they looked a better team than they have done the whole tournament. The other day.
Yeah.
And they just looked so much more free flowing. There was a lot more interplay.
They looked a lot more dangerous going forward.
Yeah. Ramos can go in behind. He was coming short. He was giving them everything. You can't. How do you change a team that's just won 6-1?
Well, you can't. You can't. The old adage is obviously don't change a winning team. Yeah.
It's bizarre, really. I mean, Morocco are going to give you the same sort of setup that Switzerland had.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult to say Ronaldo comes back in, right?
Yeah, he doesn't for me.
Yeah, I don't think you can bring him in, and he's going to sit there and moan or whatever, not be happy with the managers. This is the third manager he's upset in about 3 years, I think. They're the problems.
There's just no need for him to do it. Obviously, they're doing really well. If it pans out how it's supposed to, or how it might, they have a chance of going all the way, Portugal.
Yeah, no, there is potential. Well, they've got a tough semi-final coming up. However that goes.
Obviously, they have the chance to go all the way, and you're just making noises and distracting people from what's going on the pitch.
Yeah, no, it's not good. So the way he handles the next few days will be huge, I think.
I'd send him home.
I don't think you don't send him home. That'd be worse. He's not going to go home.
No, because he has that moment in him, doesn't he, Ronaldo?
Yeah. He's still the goal scorer in the box if you need a goal.
But he'll be so smug if he scores a winning goal any time soon.
Oh, of course. But he's Ronaldo, and he's always loved scoring goals in big occasions. So yeah, Morocco, Portugal is our third quarterfinal, and then of course we end it with a really juicy quarterfinal in a World Cup: England versus France.
First time England and France have met in the knockout stages of a tournament.
Yeah, I was trying to think about that because I think the only time I can remember us meeting them was in was it Euro 2004?
Yeah.
Group stage.
Yeah.
Where we lost to a last-minute Zidane free kick or something like that.
I remember. Yeah. But yeah, no, this is the first time we've ever played them in a knockout tournament.
Yeah. So this is a huge game.
Yeah.
Obviously for both sides. And I keep looking at it. And normally I'm really pessimistic about England's chances.
Oh no, you've not started this, have you?
No. It's more around. I think when you look at it, they've got obviously they've got players that are going to cause us issues.
Yeah.
But I think depending on how he sets up, because obviously he won't. See, I would go 3 at the back.
Yes, I would. Yeah. I'd go with the back.
But obviously,
5.
We've been playing the rest of the tournament with the 4-3-3, and we've been playing really well going forward.
Yeah.
But I think we need to have a think about.
You have to account for Mbappe. You have.
Well, yeah. There's more than that, though. There's more to it than that when I look at it, and this is why I think you could go either way, because you have Kyle Walker as that right-sided centre back, controlling that channel that he wants to run into, patrolling that, and then you've got Trippier as your backup then to support him.
Yeah, because Trippier will play. Someone said about Alexander-Arnold playing as the wing back, and I was like, no, Trippier will play as the wing back.
No, because Trippier will give you more security at the back, and he can go forward quite effectively.
Yeah.
Reece James would have been perfect, by the way, for this situation.
Yeah.
But we're not in that situation. So you kind of get that, but then I think the other option is that you take the supply out, and to do that you just take Griezmann out of the game. And you say to Rice, Griezmann doesn't leave your sight.
Yeah.
Rice. I think it's a job.
Yeah,
it's a job for Rice. He doesn't leave your sight. Like, you stop that ball getting to him. If he gets the ball, you're on him quick. You're on him early, and then you double up with a Henderson, or one of the other centre backs, and you get on him. Actually, I think Giroud versus Maguire. I actually back Maguire in that battle.
Yeah,
because I think he's the perfect centre forward for Maguire. He's big, he's strong, he can do that. He's not, he's not got to worry about Giroud running in behind him.
He's not going to be frightened of Giroud.
No, not his pace wise.
Yeah.
So if I would go that. The issue I have is on the right. I think Dembele is the real danger problem for England.
Yeah.
Because I quite fancy Dembele against a Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
For instance, let's say out there.
Because he's quicker over the ground, isn't he, Dembele?
Yeah. So he's the real danger man. In terms of our midfield, I think our midfield's better than their midfield.
Yeah.
I think Rice, Henderson, Bellingham.
Beat Rabiot and...
He's better than Rabiot to Amenchi. And, if we add Griezmann into that.
Yeah.
I genuinely believe that, Rice can do a job on Griezmann. Bellingham will outpower to Amenchi. As good as I really like to Amenchi, that's not to disrespect him.
Yeah.
But then, they haven't, and then Rabiot is he's like for like, I think, with Henderson.
Yeah,
they're much of the same type of midfielder.
Midfield. Yeah.
Yeah, they're much of a likeness. So I think actually our midfield probably, Griezmann's the most talented out of all six of them. Well, maybe apart from Bellingham.
Yeah.
Bellingham's probably the most rounded player out of all of them. But in terms of experience and everything, Griezmann's probably the best suited.
Yeah.
But I think Rice can probably stifle him.
Yeah.
And then I think going forward, then that's why then I'm in two minds about the back four.
Yes. Yeah.
Because if you do the back three, you have to take one of those three out of midfield.
Yeah. And then you potentially
and if you're going to have Rice do a job on
midfield. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're going to have Rice do a job on Griezmann, then you need the other two to be able to
cover all the bases,
be in those areas.
Yeah.
So that's why I think he could go. He could stick with the back four and
take
work
take his chances with Walker against Mbappe.
Yeah, and have Walker and keep that Stones and
Maguire.
Walker channel shut. No, they're Stones and Walker channel between those two. Keep that as narrow as possible so he doesn't get the room in there.
My only thing with that, I suppose, it's Carl Walker. I know Carl Walker has got pace, but there's always one thing I've said about Carl Walker, and it was more in a Tottenham shirt than it is in a Manchester City shirt. He does have that brain fart in him that he will use that pace to get himself back in.
You're thinking of the Carl Walker of about 7-8 years ago, or however long it was since
maybe 2-3 years ago, but yeah.
he's not that footballer.
He's matured.
Anymore.
Yeah, he has matured. I just still think he has got a moment in him where he'll do something where someone will run beyond him and he'll use his pace to get back in, but he won't do it properly.
But yeah, I think for me that back four, back three is a very interesting decision. I think Gareth's got to make.
Yeah,
and it will depend on whether he goes for we need to stop Griezmann getting on the ball,
or whether we stop Mbappe. Yeah,
or we stop the ball getting to Mbappe. And I think the reason is I think he might end up sticking because we've played so well with the four, and he needs to keep Bellingham, and that midfield three of Rice, Bellingham, and Henderson was so good
against Senegal and Wales.
Yeah, they were so good. I think you want to keep that together in there, and then it will just be right. Who do I think's best suited up top? And I think Rashford might come back in again.
See, I was thinking about this, and I'm not sure whether he will or not. Obviously, with Sterling now not being there or potentially not coming back, I think what they said in the commentary was right, that Rashford will be on the bench for, we've got 20 minutes to play. Marcus, you need to just go and run at them.
Yeah, there's potential for that, but I mean, Saka could do that job.
Saka could do that job, but if we need
come on again,
Saka could do that job. But if we need a goal, I would more back Marcus Rashford to come off the bench and make the impact than Saka. Saka's much more of a starting player,
and I think Saka will give you a bit more defensively than Rashford would as well. I think.
Yeah,
Rashford can switch off.
Yes. Yeah,
and get caught
and then it's Foden on the other side. I don't think there's much doubt about that.
Yeah, there's no debate of that. It'll be Foden and Kane.
Yeah.
But I think the big decision he's got is does he bring in Trippier on the right?
Yeah.
And pull out Henderson, because I think that'll be the decision.
Yeah, that'll be the decision. It will be Henderson in or out.
Yeah. Yeah. Or Trippier and three at the back. Yeah. Walker steps in. So it would be interesting because obviously getting into the nitty gritty now, and when he's been in these tournament positions in the past, that back three has worked very well in terms of getting us through rounds.
And in Gareth, we trust. Whatever he decides
we
to
have
do,
at
we
this
back
point.
him.
Yeah, and I think whatever happens for England, you know, this France team, this game can literally go either way. And I think, you know, if you're a France fan or you're an England fan, unless you get an absolute drubbing, right, you go out and you go, you know what, that's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No one's going to be like, oh my God, disappointed. Oh, I can't believe we lost to this team. I think either team will turn around and go, you know what, that was a good effort.
Yeah.
Happy, unless it's an absolute drubbing for either side, and then the inquest will come out, won't it?
And then potentially, obviously, with that Morocco win yesterday, that
opens
the door for our side of the draw.
Well, a little bit, but I mean, you know, you'd still expect Portugal
to beat Morocco, but would you have necessarily expected Portugal to beat Spain?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. Because I think there's more goals in the Portugal team than there is in the Spanish team.
Fair enough.
You know, Gary Neville got hammered, didn't he? Because he said it before the Costa Rica game. They went and hit 7.
Yeah.
But he was right, really.
They were playing Costa Rica. Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't really got the goals in that team.
No.
So yeah, he looked a bit silly in that particular moment. But actually, as the tournament's played out, they haven't got the goals.
Well, they've scored.
In them, so I kind of would have expected.
They've scored 2 goals Portugal, I think, since they beat Costa Rica.
Yeah, I kind of would have backed Portugal, I think, in that situation because they've got more goals in them. You know, they've got Leao coming off the bench. Obviously, they have Ronaldo. Ramos is now in these goals.
Yeah.
Bruno can get a goal. João Felix has, you know, got his confidence up, and he's.
I mean, Leao's goal yesterday was superb hit.
Oh, he's
Jesus
so good,
Christ.
this Leao. He's ridiculous. He needs. Yeah, I need him in a Man United shirt. Forget everyone else. What I want to see. I've always liked him.
So what do we reckon? So we're saying Brazil.
Yeah, go on then. You're calling it.
We're saying Brazil.
Yeah.
Argentina.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I mean, what a tie that'd be, by the way.
Portugal.
Yeah.
And they're probably going to...
Come on, England!
They're probably going to take away my passport. But it's probably going to be France.
You see, all this pessimism, I think that game's more 50-50 than you think. I do.
Well, I'm going head rather than heart.
Yeah. I think... Like, look, the issue is, look, we've got players that can cause damage to them. Let's not forget that, right? You know, Kane, Foden, Bellingham when he gets involved, Saka, they can do damage. Rashford to come on, Grealish to come on.
I just think
we've got a lot of players that can do damage
down the years where we've built it up and built it up and built it up, and it's all fallen down. So let's just just keep a lid on it.
Well, I think at this point, though, I think a lot of people are. I don't think there's a lot of that at the minute. I think
there is a lot of people keeping a lid on it and trying to sort of.
Yeah, because I think everyone's kind of like, yeah, this is France. Do you know what I mean?
Well, Declan Rice said something the other day, and I thought it was interesting that he said, you know, everyone's talking about the French team. What about us?
Yeah, that's it.
And I thought,
and they believe in themselves. Yeah. They believe in themselves, this team, and they are so together. And Gareth's got them mentally in such a great position. You know, he might not be the best tactician in the world at times, but the unity that he's created in this team, I don't think there's any other manager in the world who could have got this kind of environment in the England setup.
No, it's very much reminiscent of Bobby Robson's England.
Yeah,
they had, you know, all right, this England team is probably better as a 26-person team.
Yeah,
but they had that camaraderie, they had that togetherness.
There was still a lot of talent. Let's not disrespect that 90 team.
Oh,
there was a lot of talent in there.
No.
Waddle, Hoddle,
Gaza,
Lineker, Butcher, Parker,
Mark Wright
coming towards the end of his time. Mark Wright,
Paul Parker,
David Platt coming off the bench. You know, there's still a lot of talent in that team. Stuart Pearce.
Yeah.
There was a lot of talent in that England team in the 90s, 1990. But yeah, no, this team are probably technically
more gifted.
A bit more. Well, you say that, but Waddle and Hoddle. You don't get much more gifted than Chris Waddle, do you?
No, we don't talk about Hoddle and Waddle anyway. It's too many bad memories.
Oh dear, but yeah, I mean, to say that, I mean, you know, Gaza's in there as well. Don't forget, and he's probably one of the most technical, gifted players we've ever produced in this country.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of similarities, I think, in the way that the team's been built and the environment and all of that. I think it's really good, and I think they're you know, however it goes, they'll, you know, they can come out of this going, do you know what, we're there. We've got to a quarter final. That's good. Anything after this
is a bonus.
Really into bonus territory in terms of your evaluation at the end of it. But I think the players themselves will think we can beat France.
Yeah.
I think they truly believe in themselves that they can do it, but they need to work hard, keep doing the things they've been doing all tournament, create the chances, create the opportunities, and concentrate for however long it takes, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, whatever.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be finished in 90 minutes, that one.
I mean, it could be. It could be. There's players in there that can create moments, isn't there? And all you have to do is create a moment with 5 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Mbappe could do it. Kane could do it. Rashford could do it.
Just tie an anchor to Mbappe.
Grealish could do it.
I think that's the biggest thing to do.
Bellingham could do it. Griezmann could do it. Dembele could create something. Giroud only wants half a yard to get a shot away.
I mean, even Lloris could do something. Let's not discount Hugo.
Yeah, Hugo could create a big save. Pickford might do something. Let's hope for a Lloris absolute Spurs masterclass.
I mean, if he drops a clanger, I wouldn't be surprised.
They're gifting the ball to Harry Kane because he hasn't looked properly, and he sees the white shirt and thinks he's back at Tottenham. He's Kane in a white shirt and just rolls it out to him. That's what we're hoping for.
That's what we're hoping for. Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. It's going to be lots and lots to look forward to, I think, this weekend. There's going to be some really good games.
Yeah, I'll be glued to all of them.
Yeah.
Without question. Forget what you're doing this weekend. Just concentrate on the quarterfinals of the World Cup.
Yeah. No, yeah. To kick off, I mean, no, there's nothing more to say. Enjoy the games. But yeah. Right. Where are we at? I think that's it. That's us.
That's us. Yeah. We'll be back next week with...
So that is us, yeah. Back next week, we shall know we'll probably record at a time when before the semi-finals, I would think.
Yeah, possibly. We'll work it out.
We'll work it out. But yes, Tuesday night. Right, anyway. Right, so yeah, that's it from us. We've got the quarterfinals to look forward to. We'll be back next week to discuss all the fallout of those. Don't forget, you can get in touch with us at Let's Football Pod on Twitter. You can email us letsfootballpod@gmail.com. Yeah, just enjoy the football this week, guys, and we will see you all next week. Come on, England! Bye.